starting at verse 22. Much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. Had to stop again. Please understand what Paul just said. Those members of the body which seem or appear more feeble, less important, are necessary. Why are they necessary?
To remind us of God's grace.
To remind us of God's grace. To give us somebody to give to. To give us an opportunity by God's grace to raise somebody up. To show the grace of God to another person who has a need. They are placed in the body on purpose, and they are necessary for the balance of the body. If there was nobody who had a need, then those people who had more could hoard it to themselves. Because they say, well, there's no needs. There's nobody who has any need, so I'm justified in keeping it all to myself. But it is so common in churches to see people come in who have nothing, and to see the church shun them, and to see the church immediately get real tense, and to see the church go, uh-oh, there's a vagrant came in the door. I keep saying over and over, I just don't know if people believe me, I keep saying, send all the sinners. Send the broken people. Send the downtrodden. Send the people who believe that their relationship with God is now at such a low ebb that there's no way they could ever find their way back to God. Send the people who don't belong in church anymore. Send the people here who have been through church so much and been thrown out of so many churches, who have been castigated by so many churches, the people who can't find a place where there is sanctuary, send them here because after all, the church is sanctuary. The church is a safe place. Come here with all your baggage and all your junk and all your pain and all your heartache and all your failings, all your shortcomings, and come here and sit and listen to the God who doesn't care about your shortfallings, who doesn't care about your guilt. He sent his son to die for that guilt. Come hear about the God who saves because he loves broken people. The one who resists the proud and the arrogant. The one who forever loves the weak things of the world and uses them to confound the wisdom of the world. That's the God we're talking about. And I can say to anybody, no matter how broken they are, come here, I got an answer for you. There's not a dry eye in the place. You know why? Because we're broken people. Because we've been through it. We've been stomped down and kicked around, and life beats a man to death. That's how it works. And we've been through it, and we've been through it, and we found finally some peace. We finally found the God of the Bible who accepts people where they are for who they are, and then brings them along by his grace and lifts them up and says to them, I don't just accept you, I love you. And I paid a tremendous price for you so that I can assure you that you've got no problems with God. He's going to bring you before his throne and make you joint heir with everything he has prepared for Christ. He's going to do all that by his grace, and all the junk you bring to the table, because that's all we bring anyway. We bring our filthy, bloody rags. We bring our junk and our failings and our shortcomings. We bring all that and we lay it at his feet, and he just brushes that all aside, goes, all right, now let's talk about my son. And we go, yeah, let's. Yeah, let's talk about him. That's worth it. So, the less comely parts of the body are necessary. So don't ever look at them like they're not. When they come through the door, recognize that they're just you in a different suit. There, but for the grace of God, is every one of us. We're just broken people. And I've been broken a lot the last few years. And if at any point God had given up and said, that's it, you're too broke, you've been through too much, you've messed up too many times, Your sin is more than I can handle. You're just too rebellious. If he had let me go, I'd have been bound for hell and deserved it. But I can talk about the grace of God because I know the grace of God. I've experienced the grace of God, and I have been the less comely part of this body. I've been the less attractive part of this body. I've had to stand in front of this body and pour out my failings in a very public way in the past. And God restored me, put me back up here. How can I not then, out of love in response to how much he's loved me, how can I not then continue in the work he's called me to do?